everybody, a warm greeting from me, Prakriti Neupane. Today I am presented here to tell about the nervous system. We all know that nervous system is the network of organs and tissues that controls and coordinates all the activities of the body with the help of nerves. Neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. It works by sending and receiving electrical messages throughout the body. There are various divisions in the nervous system which carry out a particular function. These divisions are central nervous system (CNS), peripheral nervous system (PNS), and autonomic nervous system (ANS). Central nervous system. The CNS consists of the brain and the spinal cord. It is a central part through which all kinds of nerve signals pass. It is made up of mainly two kinds of cells. They are neurons and glia. The glial cells are the supporting cells that surround the neurons. In the same way, there are two regions in the brain. They are the grey matter and the white matter. The pinkish gray region of the brain and the spinal cord is known as the grey matter. It has cell bodies, dendrites, synapses and axon terminals, whereas the white region of the brain containing the axons of the nerve cells is known as the white matter. Parts of the central nervous system, human brain. The main part of the central nervous system which processes the overall information of the body and coordinates various functions is known as the brain. Its weight is about 1.2 kg to 1.5 kg. The three layers of the protective membrane that cover the brain and the spinal cord are known as the meninges. Cerebrospinal fluid is a clear alkaline fluid made up of water, glucose, proteins, minerals and wastes that surround the brain and the spinal cord. Functions of cerebrospinal fluid. The cerebrospinal fluid protects brain from mechanical injuries by absorbing the mechanical shocks. It transports nutrients and chemicals and removes waste materials from the brain. Parts of brain. The brain is divided into the three regions. They are the forebrain, the midbrain and the hindbrain. Cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain that controls intelligence, vision, etc. The outer layer of the cerebrum is made up of grey matter called cerebral cortex. Functions of the cerebrum. It carries out higher functions like intelligence, perception, sensory and thoughts. It handles the movement of involuntary skeletal muscles. It initiates and controls the function of involuntary muscles. It helps to respond to the stimuli of pain, touch, taste, hearing, sensation and temperature. An injury or damage to the cerebrum can lead a person to the loss of senses, memory, skill and coordination, or even coma depending upon the severity and location of the injury. Cerebellum. Cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain that controls muscle coordination, functions, regulation of balance and smooth muscular activity, coordination of voluntary movement, control of muscle tone and balance of posture. An injury or damage to the cerebellum can lead a person to the paralysis of voluntary muscles or even death. Brainstem is a stalk-like structure that connects the cerebrum with the spinal cord. It includes the midbrain, the pons varolii and the medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is the lowest part of the brain that controls involuntary life processes. It is present between the pons varolii and the spinal cord. Functions of medulla oblongata. It regulates the blood pressure, breathing and the heart functions. It acts as a center for coughing, vomiting, sneezing, swallowing, etc. It enables the dilation and contraction of blood vessels. It controls peristalsis, that is a series of muscle contraction that moves food through alimentary canal. An injury or damage to the medulla oblongata results in instant death because the vital functions of the body like respiration, circulation, etc. come to stop. Pons varolii. It is located between the cerebellum and the medulla oblongata. Functions. It plays sensory roles in taste, touch, pain, etc. It helps the eyes to look from side to side. It helps in regulation of respiration. It controls facial expression. Now let's talk about the spinal cord. Spinal cord is a long, cylindrical and slender structure that arises from the terminal part of the medulla to the two-thirds of the backbone. It is enclosed inside the vertebral column which protects it from the mechanical injuries. Like the brain, the spinal cord is covered with the meninges and the cerebrospinal fluid. They prevent the damage of spinal cord during falls and mechanical shocks. Structure. The spinal cord is almost 45 cm long and 2 cm in diameter. It is divided into two regions, the inner layer of the grey matter and the outer layer of the white matter. The spinal cord is connected to the body through 31 pairs of nerves called the spinal nerves. Functions of spinal cord. It acts as a relay station between the brain and the body. It regulates reflex action. An injury or damage to the spinal cord causes paralysis to the parts just below the injury and also the loss of sensitivity. This condition is also called spinal injury. Nerve fibers. Nerve is a bundle of specialized neurons. Nerves carry messages from the brain and the spinal cord to different parts of the body and vice versa in the form of electrical signals. Based on the functions, neurons are of three types. They are afferent or sensory or unipolar neuron, efferent or motor or multipolar neuron, and interneuron or association neuron. The neurons that carry electrical impulses from the different parts of the body to the brain and the spinal cord, that is to the central nervous system, is known as the afferent neuron. For example, the optic nerve that carries sensory information for the sense of vision, etc. Efferent neuron, the neurons that carry electrical impulses from the brain and the spinal cord, that is from the central nervous system to rest of the body, are known as efferent neurons. For example, the oculomotor nerve that moves the eyeball and ciliary muscle. In the same way, interneurons serve as connector of neuron. The neurons that carry nerve impulses from the sensory neurons to the motor neurons are known as the interneuron. Now let's talk about the next type of nervous system, that is the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is the network of nerves that extends the information between the nervous system and the different parts of the body. The peripheral nervous system consists of 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves. The 12 pairs of nerves that arise from the brain connect different organs, and back in the brain are known as the cranial nerves. These nerves help in the communication of organs like eyes, ears, nose, tongue, etc. with the brain. Out of 12 pairs, 3 pairs are sensory, 5 pairs are motor, and 4 pairs are mixed type. Next one is spinal nerves. The 31 pairs of nerves that originate in the spinal cord and form a part of a peripheral nervous system is known as the spinal nerve. Out of 31 pairs, 8 are cervical, 12 are thoracic, 5 are lumbar, 5 are sacral, and 1 is coccygeal. Spinal nerves are mixed nerves as they carry both sensory and motor impulses. They are responsible for reflex action of the body. Reflex action is an immediate involuntary response to the stimulus controlled by the spinal cord. A reflex is made possible by a neutral part called the reflex arc. A reflex arc is a neutral path through which reflex action is controlled. A reflex arc has 5 components. They are receptor nerve, sensory nerve, interneuron, motor nerve, and effector organ. Receptor nerve receives the information and generates impulses. And in the same way, the sensory nerve carries the information from the receptor to the interneuron in the spinal cord. The interneuron processes the information and generates the necessary responses. And the motor nerve carries the information from the interneuron to the effector organ. Effector organ receives the information from the motor nerve and shows the appropriate responses. Now let's talk about the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system is the part of the nervous system that connects the involuntary action of the organs like that controls the involuntary action of the organs like ears, eyes, the heart, lungs, kidney, etc. The autonomic nervous system plays an important role in making in body's internal environment in a proper balance, that is a homeostatic condition. It also plays a major part in emotional experience and expression when we are emotionally excited. The autonomic nervous system has 2 divisions. They are the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system is the part of the autonomic nervous system that prepares the body for extremes and emergencies. It is the emergency system. It increases the heartbeat, likewise increases perspiration, stimulates urination, slows down the digestion, and causes a rise in the blood pressure. Cannot describe this reaction as preparation for fight, flight, and fright. Next one is parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is also the part of the autonomic nervous system that prevents the effects of the sympathetic nervous system. It is also called the housekeeping system. Its action is just opposite to the sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system decreases the heartbeat, lowers the perspiration, stimulates digestion, slows down urination, and lowers the blood pressure to bring the body into the normal condition. Thank you.